We're Group 1. I'm Angelique Valentine Suitono.
I'm Alex Lowell.
I'm Rudra Singh, and our project was Snap Search.
Um, Hi. So this is our project, Snap Search. Hold on. Oh, sorry. Okay. And this is our user interface. So basically, it gives you the option to either submit a picture or take a picture of the person you want to search. And once you do submit it, we call the facecheck.id API, and that basically searches the person based on the face. And from the results of that, we sort the links based on the probability that it is actually the person that we're trying to search up, and the top like links we'll use in the LLM query to basically summarize the information that we got.
Okay, so the first part of our process is we acquire a picture and then we send it to FaceCheck ID, which handles the process of converting an image input into a bunch of links with potentially related information about the person that's in the photo. The reason we use it is in our kind of a empirical experiment. It seems to work best for this purpose, and it is a paid API, but it's relatively inexpensive. So the next part is where we acquire a bunch of links that are potentially about this person, but the next step is where we need to extract information from these websites and also sort links based on relevancy. So we want to make sure that we're only using web pages that contain relevant information for this given person. In our kind of evaluation, we found that it's about 77% accurate, and the most challenging scenario is usually when we're using like friends' social media pictures or photos of undergrad TAs. That's just because these people usually have less of a public presence on the internet compared to some of the other categories of people that we're testing with. And then we send these websites, the web content to an LLM to generate a summary. Since the last time we presented, we've made some optimizations in terms of like response time and output formatting. So we use this package called DSPY, which allows you to essentially program an LLM to output data in a structured format. In this case, we're using JSON, and it makes it a lot easier for us to display it in the front end as well. And there's still some limitations to the project at this point. For example, one big limiting factor is the amount of time that it takes for a FaceCheck API to return a result. This is something that's beyond our control, but it is something worth mentioning that impacts our performance. And the other thing is, depending on your network condition, the amount of time it takes to fetch many websites can vary.
So now we moved on to LLM evaluation just to see if our data that we summarized is actually the information of the person that we wanted. So on the left side, you guys can see is the LLM output of our summary. And on the right side, how we tested this is we manually gathered information about this person. So example, we used information from Xiaomi's website, and we collated a really comprehensive document. And from there, now we have these two data sources. Then the way we evaluate this is we put it into ChatGPT, and we ask it to score it based on a prompt. And this prompt is basically going to ask, compare these two data sources and see, based on the actual information about this person, how well is our summary, or like the LLM output, summarizing this person. And what ChatGPT is going to output now is two things. It's going to be a 1 to 10 accuracy score. One, the accuracy score meaning that like it did not find the person, did not even find the name. 10 being perfect match, perfect summary, amazing. And it also gives the reasoning of why it gave that score. And this is the results.
Okay, so yeah. So based on the evaluation, it's obvious to see that the people that, out of these categories, that gave the most accurate summary are professors, which was to be expected. Like Alex said, because they have a more public online presence, this can be like publications, maybe they go to conferences, or especially like their personal website. That really helps a lot in the information gathering. And unfortunately, it doesn't really work with the other categories because like it might be easy for a person to, like open the Instagram page or LinkedIn of someone that they're trying to find, but like it's gated, so it is very difficult for, our program to open those links and get information from that.
Yeah, so next up, we just want to show you a quick recorded demo of our solution in action. So here we just found a random photo that I took when we were in class. And then, oh, did it just went blank? Wait, let me try again.
Yeah.
Okay, so now we've dropped this photo into our front end, and what now we're doing is sending this image to FaceCheck, and this is a bit of a slow process, as you can see. There's like in this terminal window, you can see how the progress is going. And then what we're doing is in the back end, we're not only waiting for FaceCheck, but we're also like whenever we're done with a certain process, we push an update to the front end. So you can see the right side is now showing that we're building, we're gathering information about this person and running the summary. So this is the part where we use DSPY and the LLM to generate a summary for Xiang. One of the benefit is it gives you a very structured output, but there's also the drawback of because you have to wait for the whole thing to finish, you're not able to stream in the results as the LLM starts to respond. So as you can see, this is the synthesized result. It's pretty accurate, I would say. Yeah, so it gathered a lot of information from Xiang's website.
What do you think, Is it accurate?
It gives the address, which is kind of tricky.
So you can set up a little demo.
Yeah, I think. I think we can probably do a live demo. We'll give it a shot and see how it goes. So. Yeah.
So then, while Alex sets that up, last night Alex worked on a change and we helped test it. But basically, all those ones you saw in our results, those were predominantly because whenever we got a summary of someone, it could find very few links. But we noticed is for a lot of people, like in our class, for example, it found its LinkedIn and GitHub. So now what it does is it provides the LinkedIn and GitHub on the UI, or at least details from your GitHub profile. And most of the time, it usually gets your name right at the very least. So I think by next week, when we do our evaluation report, all those ones you saw in the report, we could probably get up to at least a 3, I believe. Just wanted to let you know.
Is that currently integrated? If you pointed at someone, would that give the name?
We'll try.
I guess we'll try. I guess we'll try. Yeah.
We can give it a try.
By the way, the evaluation was weighted a lot on because you can find a lot of information on someone just by their name. So 5 points out of the 10, I set as the name, the accuracy of the name.
Yeah, so we could maybe use some volunteers. I've had this. Thank you.
I think we should take a picture of you.
Yeah, we'll just take a picture.
Do you want to come closer?
Do you want to come a little closer so we don't? Okay. All right.
Sounds good.
And then we'll
Wait, are you sharing your screen?
Oh wait, it's not shared.
Oh,
It's
it's
not
not?
sharing.
Sorry.
Yeah. I thought he was doing that on purpose.
The query's running. It's taking the.
Sorry. It is, yeah. Let me just show you. It is. This is a photo we just got.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Trust that we just got it right now.
Probably work. I feel like we need to look at this picture online.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, yeah, we just ripped it off of a website.
Yeah.
Sorry, yeah, this is the one we just took, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, there you go.
Is it accurate?
I'm pretty sure that's your email and everything.
Email is a bit off. but
Email's a bit off.
I don't want
Yeah.
to
Oh, you made up the email. This is interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But otherwise,
Does anyone else who's not a grad student or a professor want to go?
I think you have a lot of GitHub
Alice,
links and
come
stuff.
Come here.
Try it out.
Alice.
Okay, so let's try again.
Stop me.
Alright, let's see, try to cover everyone else.
Yeah, unfortunately, we're not at the place where, like, if there are other people in the
Yeah, right now,
picture,
we
like, yeah.
we don't really have a way, we haven't implemented like cropping yet.
Yeah.
I think that was a stretch goal. We just didn't get to it at the time.
Yeah.
I think if you are close enough and you can have only one person.
Right.
Yeah. I did, while the evaluation, I did like use like this picture of someone, and basically it was them and I think Dubs, but it closed in on Dubs instead of the person. So that's
But that is an API limitation.
yeah.
Yeah. That's not something we could really control.
Curious what happens.
So this is a part that like wasn't working before, but hopefully it will work this time. The idea is like if we find yeah, so if we find the
Wait, that's okay.
so the name is right.
The name is right.
The name is
At the very least, the name is right.
Maybe that's right.
Are the fun facts?
I think it's so. But
Or did you do base classification?
it's like it's not like the remote algorithm.
So we got some of the things right.
Oh, so
Yeah,
so the last
so
point
it's
is
mixed.
wrong. Okay, so it's like maybe it's hallucinating.
You want to try it?
Yeah.
We have time.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
don't want that. It's fun, so let's try on this. So, how can we break privacy?
There's some people at MIT that did this with like the Meta glasses, and theirs was actually more scary because they use voter registration records, so they can find like where you live, your phone number, and all that type of stuff too. So we didn't. I don't think we went that far down into data privacy, but
I mean, I think like just the names is pretty useful.
Yeah.
it's still pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're just
Yeah,
doing
this
public
is email.
websites.
Yeah.
So like, it's already that information is already out there.
I've been impressed because my thing is like 3 years old.
Oh.
Profile photo.
Oh.
I guess we'll see.
Your LinkedIn profile or?
Yeah, yeah.
Let's see. Almost there.
You should add a music feature where you
Yeah.
play some kind of suspenseful
Just
music.
like elevator. Oh,
Elevator.
suspenseful music. Okay.
There we go.
Whoa.
Did you get the name and everything
They're
correct?
really
That's his name. That's his LinkedIn.
Yeah, I got my
Yeah.
That's not right.
Was it all correct?
Well, I mean that's not email, but
Yeah.
Workplace is not right.
Yeah.
yeah. GitHub user.
No, but he's a GitHub user, right?
He is. Yeah.
That's true, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, well.
But the information is like pretty accurate based on like GitHub.
He's a
So.
passionate, hardworking student.
There you go.
That's plagiarized from my bio.
Perfect. I mean, I guess you guys all got like 3 out of 3. That's great.
Yeah, so this is like based on some of the improvement we made last night that adds like basically because a lot of people have LinkedIn and GitHub profiles, and we figure it's probably worth supporting these websites specifically. So by supporting that, and then we're able to extract their name, and then what we do is we do another regular web search using their name, and because on LinkedIn you have your location, like usually Seattle or Washington State, then you can get like more information about this person. So
Great job.
Yeah.
So for next week, you'll update those numbers with the.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
just do Thursday
yeah.
night on Ed, right? Okay.
Okay.
Is it just one person or everyone uploads?
I will send instructions.
Oh, okay.
okay,
Perfect. Really good job, guys.
thank you.